Hey everybody, Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. I hope you're doing better today. Ugh, right? That's all I'm gonna have to say. I guess it depends on when this goes out. It's a little tricky because I do record in advance now. Unlike when I did Coffee with Karen yesterday, I will start doing that. That got a lot of people were glad that I came on yesterday on Sunday the 25th after Alex Preddy was unalived in Minneapolis. So when things start occurring over the next year, unfortunately, I have a feeling it's not going to get much better for a little while, anyways. I will come on and do Coffee with Karen. So just keep in mind that I do pre-record these things. So I do like 3 videos a day and then we kind of schedule them out. So it's a little hard when I have something I want to say today, and who knows, this might be in a week from now, but just know this was being recorded on the Monday after. So anyways, I hope you guys are hanging in there. One thing I'm thrilled about is in the Spirit Circle, and this isn't pressure to join the Spirit Circle, but I wanted you to know what we're doing now. This is a new thing that I've just started today, because every Monday we do what's called the reset, and we get an oracle message from the Lead Team Collective. We do a clearing, and then we get a little hug from them just to get the energy in the right space for the week coming up. All right. And the message was great this week. It was about peace, basically. And what I decided to do is a part of the clearing. So we usually ask for the clearing to be done for us individually, but for now on, I'm going to include a collective clearing for all humans, for all living beings, for all breathing beings on this earth, including Mother Gaia. So I did that today for the first time. That feels really good. And in fact, the lead team said that that is enough contribution from light workers to sit in that energy. So if you can do that on your own, if you're not a part of the Spirit Circle, even the first level of Spirit Circle gets the reset. So if you want it for $2 a month, so it's basically 50 cents, 50 cents a week, you could participate in that. And they even said that's more powerful than like calling representatives. And I didn't ask about protesting, but I just asked about calling representatives. So, but they did say that that's like one of the most powerful things you can do. So I'm excited. I don't know why. It just occurred to me today to like include that with the, So anyways, if you want to join us in the path, at least you'll get the reset every Monday. Okay. So today we are going to have another conversation about a video that was recorded with Adamus, somebody who channeled Geoffrey, I think it's Hope or Hop, who channels Adamus St.Jermaine. And this was on Michael Sandler's Inspire Nation podcast. I will link that video below if you want to watch it. It was really interesting. And what I like to do every once in a while is have conversations, a little deeper dive into these conversations that people are having regarding the future, what's happening right now, and then ask the lead team. Okay. So I have a little intro to explain what it is that they were talking about. And then we're going to go over how many different areas. So there's 4 different areas that Adamus was discussing. And then I have questions to ask the lead team. This is never to like prove them wrong or anything. It's just to help guide us a little bit. For the lead team to say, yeah, this is kind of the direction we want you in this community to be thinking. Or they might say, no, this is not really the best thing for this community. So you just use your own discernment, obviously, about what they're saying. Okay. All right. So the conversation with Adamus St.Germain centered on a big idea many people are already feeling in their bodies and nervous systems. The world isn't ending necessarily, it's reorganizing, right? It really makes sense to me about the reorganizing and old structures breaking away, obviously being exposed, which I don't think that this current administration in the US understands that's what they're doing. I don't think they realize how much they're exposing things. I think that, like they just don't get it, so I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. But that things are being, you know, yeah, things are just being broken down, exposed so that we can see things clearly, and then we'll be able to rebuild. But this reorganization, like the breaking down part, is extremely unnerving, isn't it? It's extremely unnerving. And yes, I do believe that souls come down to the planet to leave the planet early to help us grow and help us see what systems need to be changed. Hence, Renee Good, Alex Preddy, you know, what was their role? Like that was obviously part of their life plan. It's just so hard in the when you're seeing it to remember that. Like that's never my first reaction. Like my first reaction is never like, oh, that's just a part of their life plan. No, not even close. It takes me like a day or two to then have conversation like, you know, but they're doing though, that's a part of their life plan so that we can see what's really happening, what's been happening for hundreds of years in the United States, right? So that's painful. It's painful to see it. Okay, I'm on my high horse. Okay, so Adamus, speaking through Geoffrey, describes this moment as the birth of humanity 5.0. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. Not a future era, but something that's already underway. The discussion explored why life feels so intense right now, why old ways of coping no longer work, and what it actually means to move through this transition without burning out or shutting down. It's so easy to want to shut down. We'll walk through a few of the key teachings from this conversation, and then we're going to ask the spirit guides, okay, for some clarification. Okay, so Adamus said the world is falling apart. He did say that the world is falling apart and being born at the same time. Okay, so let's just let that sit for a minute. The world is falling apart and being born at the same time. He says humanity isn't collapsing, it's transforming. It's not collapsing, it's transforming. Old systems are breaking because they're overdue for a change. Creation and destruction are happening simultaneously. Okay? So, by thinking of things this way, it could help. Not saying it always does, and not saying it's going to, resonate with you this way, but it can help to raise our vibrations by getting a higher perspective, right? And that's really our goal. It can help explain why chaos and hope can coexist. All right, so we can see both of those things at the same time. It can help reduce fear that something has gone wrong. So Adamus St.Jermaine is saying something's not going wrong. I mean, would it be nice if we actually had systems that didn't need tearing down because it supported all living life on this earth, including Mother Earth? Wouldn't that be nice? But that's not true. It's not true. There are many people and plants and animals and Mother Earth that are not treated well with compassion. There's a lot of greed, and that's unfortunately, we need to tear that stuff down in order for us to get to the new future, right? There's no way around it. Cut, clear, cancel. I mean, unless we can just poof, we could all just wake up one day and just be poof, So this can help normalize the feeling of living in between worlds right now. So we're just living in between worlds. All right. Okay, let's ask the lead team some questions. Sometimes these questions are a little basic, but it's just confirmation. All right. I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness. my guides, guardians, the lead team collective, and only those of the highest and purest light. And ask Archangel Michael to please protect my channel, your channel, the lead team collective, our community, so it is all of the highest and purest light. Amen. Okay, lead team, hello. Already chatted with them today. We did the reset. So, lead team, as always, thank you for all your guidance and support here. Just want to confirm that my energy has been cleared for these answers to be directly for and about the collective, not my energy particular or my biases or anything. Is that true? Okay, thank you. Okay, so lead team, based on what we're discussing here about Adamus, well, is Adamus St.Germaine? Yep, they're already saying yes. Okay. Is Adamus St.Germaine really talking through Geoffrey Hope or Hoppe? That's probably not even how you pronounce it. Yes. Okay. So Adamus St.Germaine is Adamus a master, an ascended master? Yes. Okay. And Adamus St.Germaine has had lifetimes on Earth? Yes. Okay. And my understanding is Adamus and Geoffrey are going to stop working together soon. Is that correct? Yes. All right. Adamus is very forthcoming, you guys. He's very, in the Myers-Briggs, we would say a huge thinker. He's extremely just blunt, let's say, which I appreciate. I know it rubs some people the wrong way. So, okay. So yes, they're saying yes. All right. So lead team, based on what Adamus was saying in this interview, are we looking at a humanity 5.0 at this point? Is that what's happening? Yes. Okay. Do you agree with his... Yes. All right. I didn't even ask what the question was, but do you believe, is it true that humanity is just transforming? Yes. Is humanity collapsing? No. Okay. Is it true that old systems are breaking because they're overdue to change? Yes. Okay. Is it true that there's creation and destruction happening simultaneously? Yes. Is this anything new that we've experienced as humans? Oh, it is. Okay. Is it the degree to which the destruction is happening and the creation at the same time? Yes. Okay. Is that part of the dichotomy that we're feeling, like getting torn between one and the other? Yes. Okay. Let's see. Can large scale breakdowns, I just asked some questions off the cuff there. These are the way that Mabel, my AI, asked them. Can large scale breakdowns coincide with genuine evolutionary shifts? Yes. And the astrology supports that too, right? Is it common for creation to feel disruptive before it feels stabilizing? Yes, really wide swing on that. So it's common for creation to feel disruptive before it feels stabilizing. Are people sensing both loss and emergence at the same time for a reason? Yes. I have to say, it feels more like loss. I guess it just depends on where you stand and what you believe in, right? Yes. Okay. Okay. It boggles my mind in the way that I was raised, in the way that I was educated, in where, what I'm exposed to. I'm trying to honor the fact that I understand I was conditioned in a certain way. And I know the word conditioned is not a very nice word, but I was just brought up in a certain way. Well, I was just whatever, and we all have our millions of experiences, right, that bring us to this very moment. So, and it does, it boggles my mind that, and this is the human thing. I don't understand how people can look at the situation with Alex, let's just say, and think like I saw a comment, he deserved it because he shouldn't have been there in the first one. I'm like, are we living in the same, are we, what the hell? What the hell? Are we living in the same space right now? Like, I don't understand how anyone could even make that comment. Now, it could have been a bot just to kind of egg people on. Could have been. I just screamed so loud, my ear crackled. Okay. My doctor told me to do that. Is it common? Oh, I think I just asked all these questions. Okay, I already asked those questions. Okay, number two. So the first one again is the world is falling apart and being born at the same time. So Adamus also said the intensity that we're feeling right now is caused by a massive pendulum swing. That's interesting. A massive pendulum swing. Don't mind me as I moisten up my lips. I have a friend whose most awful word that we did this one time. We were in book club a long time ago, like 15 years ago. We were having a book club and we got on like talking about what our favorite or what our worst, like the words we hate the most. You know what I'm going to say. And of course, you never want to tell me that because I'm like, oh, I'll never forget that now. I'm never going to forget that my friend Jenny hates the word moist. I'm just never going to forget it. And, just every once in a while, it's appropriate to say the word. So, oh, God. All right. So my lips are nice and moist now. Okay. So the intensity, I'm in a weird mood, clearly. The intensity is caused by a massive pendulum swing. I need to learn about this. I listened to the podcast and I can't remember. The planet stayed stagnant for a long time, is what Adamus is saying. Okay, so that's why they're saying, like, this is unusual. Like, what we're going through right now is unusual. And just remember, we came here for this moment, right? Now energy is swinging to extremes in all directions. Oh, okay. So there's a massive pendulum swing this way, that way, all over, this way, right? So the energy is swinging to extremes in all directions. This swing is what eventually launches a new balance. Wow. I like this. Okay. So this can help explain why everything feels amplified. It really does. It feels that way to me. This can help reduce the urge to pick sides or panic. Let's not pick sides, you guys, in this community. Let's just center. Stay in the center. If the pendulum's like, woo, woo, and then boop, boop, this way and that way, let's just hold the center. Let's hold the center. We can think of holding the light differently that way. Holding the center of the pendulum so that we're not like on the extremes, right? So no picking sides, no panicking. Okay, that's why we're here, just continuing to talk about this, because it helps me to not, just to keep reminding myself. Others, this can help that understand that this can offer perspective during emotional overload. All right. So if you need to bookmark this episode, just bookmark it and come back to that. Every time something is going on in the world, you can come back to this episode and just re-listen to it again. I'm sure I'll come on again and talk about the same stuff, but in a different way. But you could just continue to listen to this. We don't get actually credit if you listen to it over and over again. So just once. Which, by the way, if you're not subscribed or you haven't hit the like button, if you do like this conversation, you want to hang out, that would be amazing. And if you're on your phone, I've never encouraged people to do this, but if you would hype a video, any videos on, for whoever you're listening to, if something really resonates for you and you feel like it would be helpful for more people to hear it, then you can always hype it. There's on your phone, if you're on the phone and you see down below, it'll say hype this video. You just click on that and it'll hype it. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, let's ask the lead team some questions about this. So lead team, is what Adamus says about the intensity we're feeling right now is because of massive pendulum swinging. Is that correct? Okay. And the swinging is extreme in all directions right now? Yes. Okay. And is it true that the planet has been stagnant for a long time? Yes. Okay. Is that why we would say, boy, we'd like to go back to the good old days because that was stagnant energy? Yes. Okay. That makes sense to me. Slow, stagnant energy. I don't like the word stagnant. I never want to feel stagnant. But okay, so will the new balance, once all this swinging, all the swinging back and forth, will it launch a new balance? Yes. Is it the most helpful for humanity and the earth for us in this community to stay as centered as possible during these times of massive swinging? Yes. Okay. So that is how we can be the most helpful to the planet, is for us to individually and collectively stay centered. Is that enough of a role to play, do you think? Yes. Okay. So just keep that in mind. No sense if you're protesting and you're not centered. If we attend a protest from an imbalanced position versus just, being there holding the space, is that helpful for us to be? No. If we attend, let's say, a protest, is it best to attend from a centered place? Yes. And does that actually help? Does that actually help? Yes, it does. Okay. So, okay, this is good. That's good. That's really good. That really gives me a lot. That was very helpful for me. So like if I were to call my representative like 2 days ago, let's say, I would have been like, what the actual, I would have just been pissed. But who hears that? Nobody is going to hear that. You know what I mean? Like I was on my pendulums. I was a part of the swing the day that I found out about Alex Preddy and, all of it. But, we've been swinging, and I have to keep coming back to center. So, okay. So let's see. Does extreme intensity often precede major rebalancing periods? Yes, really wide swing. Okay. Well, how long is it going to take? I'm whining. How long is it going to take? Is 2026 going to be the most intense pendulum swinging by chance? Yes. Okay. Is 2027 going to be more intense than 2026? No. Okay, so that's good. Is 2026 going to be more intense than 2025? Yes. Okay, great. Just great. Okay, just great. All right, so I am in the weirdest mood, right? Okay, so we are really being asked to maintain our center at this time. So whatever we need to do individually to stay healthy, which they've been telling us for months, take care of yourself. This is why. Okay, because it's not helping to be a part of the pendulum swing. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. Can emotional and social extremes serve a clarifying function? Of course it does. Things are really coming to light. Not for everybody. Like that person who says, well, he deserved it because he shouldn't have been there in the first place. No, that's not America. I mean, how can you even say something like that when you have no idea why he was even there? Like what his goal was or what, Ugh, so annoying. Is neutrality more stabilizing now than reaction? Okay, keep that in mind, you guys. It's a really good thing to add to your journal. That's going in my journal today. Neutrality. How do you stay neutral? Oh my gosh. But you need to keep in mind as a light worker and an empath that this is the role we need to play. So just tell yourself, this is my role. This is the role I'm playing now. Now, if that doesn't resonate with you, then that's not your role, right? Maybe your role is to be a part of the pendulum swing. I don't know. But they're saying that neutrality is more stabilizing than reacting, than being a part of that swing. Okay. So if you want to have the best effect on the earth and humanity, then bringing yourself back to neutrality as much as possible will be the healthiest thing for you too, and for the earth and for humanity. So just keep that in mind. I think that's so helpful for me. I hope it is for you too. Okay, Adamus says allowing is the most important tool right now. Allowing things to occur as they need to in your own life and in others. Okay, I know that is so hard when you see people hurting. He says trying to control life increases the struggle. Allowing means getting out of your own way. Allowing also means getting out of the way of how divine energy is shifting and needs to shift and wants to shift. Collectively, we wanted these shifts. We just didn't know it was going to be so hard. The master self, he says, can function beyond mental problem solving. The master self can function beyond mental problem solving. I'm not quite sure how to interpret that. I don't have any words for that. So thinking about this, about the allowing, can help give us permission to stop forcing the outcomes. Okay? It can offer relief from constant decision-making fatigue. Allowing, again, following your inspirations. That's your intuition. That's your guidance. Following your guidance, your inspiration, and trusting that if other people around you don't have the same inspiration, trust that they're following their own, which is why I continue to say regularly now, we really need to refrain from judging others, because it's not. The more you understand that we all have our own intuition, we all have our own guidance, even that person who made that comment of Alex being in the wrong place, the wrong time type of thing, and that's his fault, blaming the victim type of thing. That person is also inspired by things. Okay. So we just have to let people, just like we want people to let us, follow our own inspiration. So this can also encourage trust without disengagement. So you don't have to think, like, you can trust that there's a bigger plan, right? You can trust there's a bigger plan. At least it does for me. Okay, so lead team, is that true? I think we all know it, but is that true that if we were to let go of control, that would decrease the struggle for everybody? Yes. The challenge, I think, what just occurred in my head, though, is when you let go of control, it feels like, well, letting people who are lower energy do bad things. Is that what we're talking about? No. Nope. Nope. This one, I'm kind of lost for words, because so you guys, can you help me with this part? So the allowing, I get it. Like allowing, trying to control life increases the struggle. But the challenge is the allowing things to just happen without having, that doesn't mean that. That doesn't mean that, right? I mean, if we are nudged to go to a protest or call a representative or write a letter or whatever, are we trying to control things when we do that? No. Okay, so you're suggesting, and Adamus is suggesting, we just do those things from a centered place. Yes. Okay, so just make sure you're centered when you're participating. That's really the key. Because when you're more centered, you're allowing for the things to happen around you, but you're still taking some action, but you're just still allowing those things around you to happen, but you're still taking the necessary action that you want to take. So I just got that a little differently. Hopefully you did too. Okay, let's see. Can allowing reduce resistance without creating passivity? That was my issue. Yes. Okay. Yes. Is letting go of control sometimes more effective than effort? Yes. But are you saying that we don't make any effort at all? Like we don't know? Okay. Do people access deeper wisdom when they stop managing everything? Absolutely. That's just a little reminder for us. Yes. Okay, Adamus's last point, a new form of perception, a new sentience is emerging. Okay, this is why he calls it Humanity 5.0. He says old mental tools are becoming less reliable. Old mental tools are becoming less reliable. A new way of sensing reality is developing. This shift can feel dizzy, disorienting, and unsettling. All right, so we'll just keep reminding ourselves that there's more going on, right? This can help us understand physical and emotional symptoms. I've already recorded. We had a whole session on physical symptoms of shifting vibration, shifting to the new earth, shifting to the golden future, on what symptoms might feel like. So I don't know if it's posted yet. I don't think so. It'll be posted in the next couple of weeks. So keep an eye on that. This can help reduce fears of losing it. Just take care of yourself, come back to center, take a nap, The hard part is you don't know, like, is this my physical body because of the aging process, or is this my physical body because of the vibrational shifting, So you don't want to ignore, obviously I'm not a doctor, but you don't want to ignore. So it's always worth it to get things checked out anyways. But this can reframe confusion as adjustment, not failure. Okay, so we're just adjusting, constantly adjusting right now. Okay, so are many people experiencing changes in perception right now? Yes. I mean, it's constant too. It's like every 10 minutes. It's right? It's just unbelievable. Okay, can disorientation signal adaptation rather than dysfunction? Oh, wow. Yes. So if we're feeling disoriented, that means we are trying to adapt, correct, to the new changes. Yes. Okay. So it's not signaling dysfunction. No. Okay, that's helpful. Is a non-mental form of awareness becoming more accessible? A non-mental form, meaning thinking, brain, you're not using your brain, it's your intuition, basically, So more people's intuition is expanding, which is disorienting and confusing. And if people aren't exposed to it and never been exposed to it, they're going to think something's way, because that happens to everybody, actually. Even you hear people who have real direct, they've worked on their clairs, right? And you hear them say, I thought I was a little crazy at first. So that's no different than if this is going to be expanding more and more, a lot of people are going to be experiencing that. So including us, right? Okay, in conclusion, this conversation doesn't point towards an ending. It points towards a transition that asks for patience, honesty, and a different kind of strength. Rather than fixing the world or escaping it, the emphasis here is staying present, allowing change to move through you, and learning how to sense life differently than before. If something feels harder than it used to, that doesn't mean you're failing. It may mean the old tools you're used to, no longer fit the moment we're in right now. Okay? All right. I hope this was helpful. I love this conversation, and I will see you in the next video. Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.